Thank you very much for staying with us. Now, well-known international house band are back in the country. Jazzanova will be performing at this year's Flowers Festival and will feature the legendary Paul Randolph and everybody else. They will share the stage with homegrown artists such as Nathi, Kabomo and Maleh. Just to mention a few, this morning we speak to Paul Randolph and the rest of the band members. Here is Axel and Stefan. Guys, thank you very much for joining us here in studio.
Hello. Hi.
You know, you've been back to this country now. Let me start with you because you're the closest to me, Axel. You've been here 3 times now. What is it about South Africa that is just, I don't know if it's a favorite destination, but it's one of the destinations that you love performing in?
Yeah, we love performing here. We played, the first gig we played was Cape Town Jazz Festival, which is like, I think the biggest festival in Africa, right? So, and also from South Africa, every African countries look to hear, right, what's going on. And I think it's like the anchor of African music-wise. I don't know, but that's what we felt. Debatable. That's what we felt at this big festival, which was huge. And obviously, music plays a big role, like jazz. You get like
no, we love
jazz,
it.
Right?
We love it.
And also house music seems big, right? Many artists we know come to South Africa to play, and they might be not as big in their own countries, but they're huge in South Africa. Wow. That's interesting.
That is very interesting. This performance that we're going to be experiencing tomorrow, obviously you've got a following here, Stefan, but I can only imagine that every time you're on stage, I can only imagine that maybe South Africa is a bit of a second home to you now, because we'll see a lot more of these Jazzanova performances. But how do you have to keep on stepping up the game every time you come back? Or is it like, you know the music, you do it every day, it's your thing, or a new audience, different music?
For me, or let's say for the whole band, I think it is always like a 0.0 when you go on stage. It's not that you say, I have been on stage for 100 times and it's always the same. It's always like an adventure, and even if you play the same songs, it's always a little different reaction by the people. And I would say it's always like a very positive thing that you got back. When you play your songs, you really get a feedback, and that's what we all enjoy. Yeah.
Paul, legendary Paul Randolph. You,
I've lived that long.
Yeah. It's funny. I was watching a roasting last night, and they have a term for legend. But you're in South Africa. You've got a lot of South African acts before you, some really big names. Just the experience of having Jazzanova perform on you, what does that do? I mean, what do you think of the local music scene? Have you had time to kind of investigate it? You've been here 3 times before.
Right, and each time I learn a little bit more. And just the other day, or yesterday, I just arrived yesterday, and had more information, even more information about what's happened in the short period of time that has elapsed since last year. So it's kind of hard to keep up with it all, because I'm such at a distance from it. But I'm just glad to see it happening. We were here to kind of see it the beginning phases of it, and it's nice to see an actual music industry and scene really develop, and folks coming out of South Africa and going to the States and whatnot. So I love it, and it's an opportunity for me to meet new talent, and for all of us, really. And,
You guys know, obviously, you're in South Africa at a time when the Boks are playing Scotland. I don't know how much you're into rugby. I don't know if you'll be mentioning that on performance, but if you do, it'll get you some big nods. Just talk to me about what I think Paul was saying. Is this being able to be part of that growth, and every time you come back, there's a bigger appreciation for your music. And how does that feel, especially when you're coming from one sector of the universe and traveling to another part, another continent, and people love your music? Is that something you talk about ever, that you're big in other countries? Or was that always part of the plan? Or?
Actually, it wasn't a plan. It just happened, right? But obviously, it's really nice to see that we're not only people from Germany like our music. So we have a big community in the US, which we really love, that they like our music, and Japan is cool, and it's all very interesting, different cultures, and but still it's nice that there are so different cultures, and they all find one thing in our music. Yeah. That's cool.
Axel says Japan like it's just cool. Like everybody goes to Japan every day. You're part of the Flower Festival. It's the classics. It's the stuff that we know. Anything new that you're working on that you'll be showcasing at your performance tomorrow?
The really brand new stuff that we are working on is the secret in the studio, because we are just in the stage of writing the songs.
Okay.
But of course, the set will be a little different from the last times that we were here, and so I think people who come to the show will see what we made in the past and what we made in the recent past, or the new stuff that we released.
Awesome, guys. We encourage everybody to go down to go and check it out. It's going to be big. Jazzanova is in South Africa. Google, find out where the performances are. Take your neighbors, your friends, your family. Take the people you don't like with you. It's going to bring you together. Jazzanova, Axel, Stefan, and Paul here in studio talking to us about the legendary performance. They've been here. This is their third time. So if you've missed the first two, this is an opportunity to find out what the hype is all about. We take an ad break. Don't get away. Okay, we're going to go to sport. Okay.